In 2233, the Federation starship USS Kelvin is investigating a lightning storm in space. A Romulan ship, the Narada, emerges from the storm and attacks the Kelvin, leaving her defenseless. The Narada's first officer, A.L., demands that the Kelvin's captain, Richard Robow, come aboard to negotiate a truce. Robow is questioned about the current stardate and an ambassador, Spock, whom he does not recognize. The Narada's commander, Nero, kills him and resumes attacking the Kelvin. George Kirk, the Kelvin's first officer, orders the ship's personnel, including his pregnant wife Winona, to abandon ship while he pilots the Kelvin on a collision course with the Narada. Kirk sacrifices his life to ensure Winona's survival as she gives birth to James Tiberius Kirk. 17 years later on the planet Vulcan, a young Spock is accepted to join the Vulcan Science Academy. He has always been taunted as a half-human, half-Vulcan by his peers and dislikes references to his human mother in any way. Realizing that the Academy views his human mother, Amanda, as a disadvantage, he joins Starfleet instead. On Earth, Kirk becomes a reckless but intelligent young adult. Following a bar fight with Starfleet cadets attending, Kirk meets Captain Christopher Pike, who encourages him to enlist in Starfleet Academy, where Kirk meets and makes friends with Dr. Leonard Bones. 3 years later, Commander Spock accuses Kirk of cheating during the Kobayashi Maru simulation. The simulation required cadet captains to face death and protect the crew in a no-win scenario. But Kirk cheats and inserts a subroutine to change the scenario and beat it. Kirk argues that cheating was acceptable because the simulation was designed to be unbeatable. Spock argues that Kirk not only cheated, but failed to get the most important learning of the simulation, that a captain cannot cheat death. The disciplinary hearing is interrupted by a distress signal from Vulcan. With the primary fleet out of range, the cadets are mobilized, with McCoy and Kirk boarding Pike's ship. Kirk is grounded on account of his academic suspension, but McCoy argues that Kirk is his patient and he won't leave for the mission unless he is allowed to bring Kirk along the Enterprise. Spock considers Uhura as his favorite student and assigns her to the Enterprise. The Enterprise is a few minutes late in departing, as the new helmsman Hikaru Sukuand Pavel Chekhov had not released the external inertial dampener, and hence the warp drive did not engage. Realizing that the lightning storm observed near Vulcan is similar to the one that occurred when he was born, Kirk breaks protocol to convince Pike that the distress signal is a trap. When the Enterprise arrives, they find the fleet destroyed and Narada drilling into Vulcan's core. Narada attacks Enterprise and Pike surrenders, delegating command of the ship to Spock and promoting Kirk to first officer. Kirk, Sulu, and Chief Engineer Olsen perform a space jump onto the drilling platform. While Olsen is killed mid-jump, Kirk and Sulu successfully reach and disable the drill, but are unable to stop Nero launching red matter into Vulcan's core, forming an artificial black hole that destroys Vulcan. The Enterprise manages to rescue Spock's father, Sarek, and the High Council before Vulcan's destruction, but not his mother Amanda, who falls to her death before the transporter can properly lock onto her. As the Narada moves toward Earth, Nero tortures Pike to gain access to Earth's defense codes. Nero declares his intention to destroy all Federation planets, starting from Earth. Uhura is shown to have romantic feelings towards Spock. Spock deduces that the Narada is from the future and has used the black hole technology to create a passage through space-time. Nero's presence, beginning with the attack on USS Kelvin, has altered the flow of history and created an alternate reality. While in pursuit, Spock maroons Kirk on Delta Vega. After he attempts mutiny, Kirk wanted to pursue Nero and the Narada, while Spock wants to meet up with the rest of Starfleet in the Laurentian system, as per orders from Captain Pike. On the planet, Kirk encounters an older Spock, who explains that he and Nero are from 2387. In the future, Romulus was threatened by a supernova, which Spock attempted to stop with an artificial black hole made of red matter. His plan failed, resulting in Nero's family perishing along with Romulus, while both the Narada and Spock's vessel were caught in the black hole and sent back in time. Spock quickly found they were sent back 25 years apart, during which time Nero attacked the Kelvin, thus changing history and creating a parallel universe. After Spock's arrival, Nero stranded him on Delta Vega to watch Vulcan's destruction as revenge. Reaching a Starfleet outpost on Delta Vega, Kirk and the elder Spock meet Montgomery Scott, who helps them by devising a transwarp beam system, allowing both him and Kirk to beam onto Enterprise while it is traveling at warp speed. Following the elder Spock's advice, Kirk provokes younger Spock into attacking him, forcing Spock to recognize himself as emotionally compromised and relinquish command to Kirk. After talking with Sarek, Spock decides to help Kirk. While Enterprise hides itself within the gas clouds of Titan, Kirk and Spock beam aboard the Narada. Kirk fights with Nero and Aiel, killing the latter and rescuing Pike, while Spock uses the elder Spock's ship to destroy the drill. Spock leads the Narada away from Earth and sets his ship to collide with Nero's ship. The Enterprise beams Kirk, Pike, and Spock aboard. The older Spock's ship and Narada collide, igniting the red matter. Kirk offers Nero help to escape, but Nero refuses, prompting Kirk to give the order to fire, dooming the Narada to be consumed in a black hole that the Enterprise is only barely able to escape. Kirk is promoted to captain and given command of the Enterprise, while Pike is promoted to rear admiral and recovering in a wheelchair. Spock encounters his older self, who persuades his younger self to continue serving in Starfleet, encouraging him to do, for once, what feels right instead of what is logical. Spock remains in Starfleet, becoming first officer under Kirk's command. The Enterprise goes to warp speed, its mission to boldly go where no one has gone before. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and comment.